In this video, we are looking at exponential decay functions. And the definition, if you have the exponential function, y is equals to a, b raised to x, a is equal to 0 and b is a positive number other than 1, then a is greater than 0 and b is a number between 0 and 1, then this is an exponential decay function. B is called the decay factor. If you look at this function here, 3 over 4 is the decay factor. And how do I know? Because it's between 0 and 1. So let's start by looking at how to graph such a function. So the first thing you want to do is to get some x values. And you want to make sure you have some negative x values and positive x values. And then you can see some of the points I have plotted here. And if you look at this graph, you can be able to tell what the x-intercept is. So actually there is no x-intercept, but y-intercept. So the y-intercept is 0, 1. And you can verify this if you plug in 0 into the equation. You are raising 3 over 4 to 0, which is 1. The domain, it continues indefinitely in both directions. So the domain is all real numbers. And for the range, you can see it starts at 0. And 0 is not included to positive infinity. The equation of the asymptote, remember, is a line which is approached by a graph but never touched. And this line is equals to y is equals to 0. And the decay factor is 3 over 4. Remember, it has to be, the decay factor is represented by the b value, and b has to be between 0 and 1. Has to be between 0 and 1. So here we look at the transformations, and these are the same general transformations. If you're given the parent function, and this is the transformation equation, remember the variables responsible for transformation is a, h, and k. Remember that h is going to do the horizontal transformation. So horizontal. Horizontal transformation. The k is going to do vertical transformation. And if you have negative f of x, it reflects over the x-axis. And we can give an example here. If I have y is equals to 2, and then I have 1/3 x minus 3 plus 5. Here I can see that there is vertical stretch by a factor of 2. We also have it moves horizontal shift. It moves horizontally, so horizontal shift. In what direction? And this is 3, 2, right? Because h is 3. And then it goes down, not down but up. Vertical shift up, 5 units. So those are the transformations. And something I also want to stress here is about the equation of the asymptote. The equation of the asymptote, is always given by y is equals to k. Whatever k value you have is what gives you the equation of the asymptote. And remember, the domain is always all real numbers. and the range is given by the k value. The range is always 0. So remember the domain for any function. Remember the domain is going to be all real numbers, and the range is going to be given by from the k value 0 to k. Let's look at some application of exponential decay functions. So if I have this equation, 1 minus r is called the decay factor. Let's look at an example here. You buy a car for 24,000. So that means A is 24,000. And then we are told the rate is 10%, which is the same as 0.01 or 0.1, same as 0.1. So now I can be able to find let's find the decay factor. And the decay factor is 1 minus r. And in our case, it's going to be 1 minus 0.1. And it's going to be 0.9. And now we can be able to, using this, we can write the decay model, exponential decay model. And this is going to be y is equals to 0. It's going to be equal to the 24,000 initial amount. And then we are going to multiply by 0.9 t. And t here is going to represent the number of years. And then here we can be able to answer the next question. What is the value after 2 years? And it's going to be 24,000, 0.9 raised to power 2, and this is going to give us 19,440. So that will be the value after 2 years. So here we are told to graph the model on a calculator and then use a graph to estimate when the value of the car will be 2,000. So how do we approach this? To do this, we're going to graph two functions. Remember, one of the functions is 24,000, 0.9 raised to x, because I cannot use t as my variable. The calculator doesn't know the value, the t. And then I'm also going to graph the function y is equals to 12,000, because this is, I want to see how long it will take to get to 12,000. And then when you graph it, you'll see, you'll be looking for the intersection. You'll be looking for the intersection, and we can see it right there. So it takes about, so we're looking for the value of x. So x will be about 6.58. So about 6.58, that's the time it will take years. And we could estimate here about 7 years. But specifically, it's going to be 6.58. For the next example, we are given a television is costing 12,000 in 2006. So we want to find the amount. So let's write the equation. So you have 12, not 12,000, but 1,200 in 2006. So it decreases by 21%. So 1 minus 21 over 100 each year. So we're going to put t. So this is going to be 1,200. And this is going to be 0.79 T. So this is going to be 1200, 0.79, and T is, we're looking for the value in 2013. So I need to figure out how many years. So I do 2013 minus 2006. So that's 7 years. So this is going to be raised to power 7, and I put that in the calculator. That's going to give me 230. Okay, so this will be the value of the TV in 7 years. 230 and 44 cents.